So actually, I want to hop into a question for you, Jadeen,
Yes.
about a single that you guys released recently, Ramadan Kareem.
Ramadan Kareem.
Which was really nice.
Thank you.
Actually really hyped me up for Ramadan. Like the whole family were listening to it in the car.
Thank
And
you.
the kids were like,
favorite one actually.
Yeah.
Dean's favorite.
yeah. All of a sudden his name
That's
Deen,
his
by the way.
favorite,
Yeah.
So when we say
Deen.
Deen Squad, we're like, oh,
Yeah,
it's Deen
Deen.
Squad. They're your squad. They're yours.
Yeah.
That's one of our like I think that's one of the best songs we actually have ever made.
It looked like you had so much fun making
We
that.
had so much. It was so natural recording it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was actually like for the first time, like I heard the beat, and me and Carter heard the beat. It's like let's embrace our roots, man. I'm gonna go African on this one, you know.
It don't matter if you're rich or no. We doing it for the one love. Marhaban, marhaban. Ramadan Kareem. Marhaban, marhaban. Ramadan Kareem.
Like, and it worked
Yeah.
so properly. I'm like, wow,
It really
subhanallah, you know. So
Because that's like the first thing you notice when the song opens. You see everybody like in dashikis and
Yes.
you know, even put on a little bit of an accent.
yeah.
I love that so much.
I think I
So-
just studied moon.
Yeah, exactly. That was awesome. We love that
You
a lot.
feeling that?
So what I was gonna say is you kind of went into it like it was the beat that kind of made you want to go in that route. But do you want to unpack that a little bit more? Like, do you think it was about time for West Africa to be represented? Because we don't see West Africa represented at all. Like we always see like Arab music, Desi music, and the instruments that go with that, and the culture that goes with that. But tell me about like what West African culture means to you in representing that.
I just think it was just time for me to like embrace my roots and show it to the world. Like it's time for the world to know that he's Lebanese and I'm from Ghana, and like you know, like, and we're proud to be. You know what I'm saying? And lately I've been just bumping Afro-Beat music. Like it's
incredible music.
It's honest.
Yeah.
Like it's just that's literally all I listen to now. So
It's very cultural, and it's just like it works so well to fuse the Afro beats with like the Middle Eastern sound. It complements each other so well. So like that's what we're kind of like starting to do now with our originals. So
yeah,
It's awesome.
so yeah, it's very West Africa representing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's it like been to like represent just culture in general through your music? Because it wasn't the first time you guys did the Pakistani.
Yeah.
There was also in Cover Girl, you see sisters from all around the world.
Yeah.
So how important is it for you guys to represent the different cultures in the Muslim community worldwide?
yeah, it's extremely important. Like we like our biggest mission is to show that Islam is very diverse. It's not just like the Arab with the beard, you know. There's Black Muslims, Asians, whites, and all around the world. So that's something that we really want to put to light with our music. So that's why we do that. Yeah.
I think we have to talk about Islamophobia a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
In your Muslim Man song, you explore, the different struggles that Muslim men go through. And I think that was really interesting because most of the time we talk about Muslim women in Islamophobia because we're so much more noticeable sometimes. So I'm just wondering, like, what made you guys want to write that song, and what are some challenges you think that Muslim men deal with in terms of Islamophobia?
You know what? So yeah, we wrote that song Muslim Man, and we just noticed that like there's so much negativity on the media about Muslims, this Muslim that, and like just terrorism and all that stuff. And we're just like, we need to be that breath of fresh air and just let the world, remind the world, like, this is not what Islam is all about. This is not who Muslims are. We're just loving and peaceful. We're Canadians, we're Western, and we're proud to be. You know what I mean? So we released that song, and we released it on Facebook, and the same day the Paris attacks happened, and that's how it went. It just went so viral after that, because after the Paris attacks, everybody was accusing, like, oh, Muslims this terrorism, like, and our video combated that stereotype. It literally destroyed it, and then we trended worldwide with that video with we're Muslims and we're not terrorists. And we feel like it's important for us Muslims to demonstrate this to the world, that we're all about peace, we're all about love, we're all about unity and stuff like that. It's honestly really important, like, and it's amazing how it reached such a big scale. Like, in music is an international language, and we feel like that's the best medium, to convey such a message like that.
Yeah, for sure.
You see like for the first time, somebody probably saw like a Black Muslim in a garment and with an Arab, and we're just
the segues was a nice touch.
I'm a Muslim man. Shut up. Gotta stay clean when I'm on my Deen. I'm a Muslim man. Make 'em say I mean. I'm a Muslim man. Heaven is a dream when you're on my team. I'm a Muslim man. Yeah, akhi, I'm a Muslim man.
We we just addressed Islamophobia. You guys probably get hate sometimes from Islamophobes. I think a lot of Muslims get that. But you also get, some criticism from within the Muslim community. So what I'm curious about is, with so much noise coming in, how do you guys filter through all that noise and discern what is like, garbage, trolling, whatever, and what is like some actual constructive criticism that can help you guys grow as artists and,
Yeah,
be
well,
better?
yeah, I mean, we do take constructive criticism for sure. Like if there's something that's really like said with good intention, like we check our comments and we see who's being sincere and who's not being sincere. Because a lot of comments are just like, this is haram, or your haircut is whatever, or that. Like we just don't. We honestly, like, we recently posted a picture of us praying. We're on the road and we're praying with our shoes on, right? And it's like, we don't have, we're traveling. We can't take our shoes off. The ground is really hot, and just there's a lot of circumstances. And you get this flack from people who really are just ignorant, like, and you check their profile pictures and they're like clubbing or whatever. It's like, you're not in a position to give you any advice.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that stuff. We just filter through that. But then there's sometimes people, I feel like the sincere ones actually are the ones who message you privately, and not actually make a public comment about it. So no, we definitely do take in, we take in criticism, and at the end of the day, we want to make sure that our community is happy and stuff. But it's time for them to really understand that like what we're doing is really needed for the youth, and when you receive the messages from the kids and from the parents who are just like, you guys are helping my kids, like hundreds and thousands of them that are always consistently messaging us these messages, like we're like, okay, we can't stop, like we just can't stop, no matter what these negative comments are, we can't stop because this is needed. So so yeah, that's what it is.
Don't add anything, JD?
Yeah, honestly, we're just like I said, like we're just positive. Like we see negative comments, we just brush it through. Like there's no point. Like any successful person in history has to get the hate. You need to go through it. You need to learn how to accept it. Like not everybody, and you can't please everyone either, right? So you have to be committed to what you're doing. You just got to keep going, and and eventually people will understand, right? Like they'll give in and they'll realize, like, because at the end of the day, like Carter said, there's people messaging us every single day, like on Snapchat, for example, because it's really immediate, like to connect with your fans. Like we have fans every day saying, like, I'm literally going through depression, like I want to leave Islam. I can show you, like I want to leave. I don't know what to do, but you guys are like inspiring me. You're making me feel like I have some sort of identity, like, because at the end of the day, man, like these kids don't think Islam is cool. Like it's not seen as something cool in some places. Like they just see it as this dogmatic halal, haram, Jahannam, this, like Jannah if you do this, that. Like people don't want to. It can't be presented in that way. It has to be presented.
We don't reinforce fear upon them. We enforce love. We show God is a loving. God is loving and not. He's like this. No, you got it. You can't do this. You can't do that. That's why our music is. Hey, it's like, yeah, it's good. It's happy,
happy.
Always happy. Always happy.
That's important. So I wanted to ask about the song
Sinners.
Because it feels like you're really talking directly to your fans.
Yes.
So do you want to tell me a little bit about the process of that song? How it
came about? we feel like our fans kind of see us as like this, like, and all Muslim public figures, like I think the public, they see these figures and us as like saints and people who don't sin and like we're perfect and we're super religious. Alhamdulillah, we try our best to be committed to the deen all the time, but at the end of the day, we do make mistakes, we do sin, we do fall short. You know what I mean? I would wake up late for Fajr. Like it's a human thing, right? And we wanted to convey that to our fans and say, guys, as long as you're trying, at the end of the day, we're all sinners. The best of the sinners are the ones who repent, right? So that's what we wanted to convey, and we just wanted to be real with our fans, and it was about time, because I don't think we never made a song really like that. It was like, oh yeah, pray 5 times a day, go to Jamaal, this, fast Ramadan, this. We're just like, no, I make mistakes too. I fall short.
Yeah.
All my friends are sinners, I am too. Please don't worry, I'm the same as you. Just last night I shed tears in sujood. Just hope that Allah will forgive you.
Exactly.
Because I think it's probably about, you want to encourage people to do good with you. You don't want to encourage people to be like you. Like, oh, I'm perfect, be like me.
Exactly.
You want, hey, let's work together.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
And honestly, like, our music is for the broken, like, for the people who aren't so perfect. It's for the people who are trying, maybe someone who's not really so much into Islam, and just, you know, get them there, that initial step. You know what I mean? And then, you know, then they become more religious after that through like their own experiences. And
that's what I try to keep telling people, like, because, you know, I've encountered some of your critics, and I try to tell them that you can't just take a Muslim youth from the street and put them in the dars, like in a halaqa, and then they'll do well. Like, you need to go in steps. You need to get them hyped up for the deen, and I think that's what your music does really well.
Yeah, our music is literally like to inspire the youth. You know, we're not educating exactly word for word what to do, obviously, because Islam is a deep religion. But we're creating that, like, okay, I'm interested. I want to know more.
Because we're talking about the fans right now. And that's one thing that we were wondering, and I think probably a lot of parents too, when they know that their kids are coming to see you and stuff like that, is just like the vibe of the audience. And I think this is very normal. You know, at any concert, you have, you know, the fans in the front that are extra excited, and, you know, you got like the screaming fans and stuff like that. And a lot of the times, those fans happen to be young girls.
Yes.
So I was just wondering, you know, because you guys are practicing Muslim men, how do you deal with that? Because
look, every artist and everybody in the industry knows that your fans are a reflection of who you are. Always. Like, if you are like this wild person that makes wild music, you're showing your fans to be like that. But the way me and Jay present ourselves is always modestly, you know what I mean? We're never like touching our fans, our female fans. We're never, you know, getting too close to them, so they know that there's respect. You know,
there's a boundary.
There's boundaries. There's respect, and we treat them with respect and kindness and love, and they show that right back. Like, I've never seen or encountered at any of our shows a female get crazy and touch us and do stuff like that, because she knows that we're not like that, you know what I mean? And she shouldn't do that, you know what I mean? So there's always that respect. So
like we would do like an event, for example, and there's like us and like some other Muslim acts, and like we would all have huge crowds. But for example, like when another act, it's time for his meet and greet, like the fans will just like, they'll break something just to rush up to them and like come. But for us, it's like literally like single file, guys, get in the line, and like
they wait in line, they're calm. Like
it gets a little bit like hectic, but it's not like calling the police hectic. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, so alhamdulillah, but we really had to train our fans to, like, you know, have that, you know, that behavior and character and stuff like that.
Because you have you call your fans Deen Squad family.
Deen Squad family, exactly.
So they feel like they're part of your family. They know the rules. They know
exactly
what you guys are like.
That's exactly what it is.
I get it, mashallah. We just talked about the Deen Squad family with your fans. It's really growing. I think you guys are getting more fans every day, and it's from all around the world.
Yes.
So do you guys feel like you are contributing to this new Muslim pop culture that is coming up, where we're trying to kind of show people that Islam is not, like, we don't have a double life. Like, Islam is not just something that you do in the mosque or the halaqah. Like, you can be Muslim full-time and have fun doing it. You know, so how do you guys feel that this pop culture is growing these days with, like, YouTube and your role in that?
It's like the power of social media is absolutely so important. Like, this is our time to really show what, you know, what Muslims are all about. Like, we have all the resources that we have, you know. You have Twitter, you have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have Snapchat. And this is the beginning of something big, I think, with the whole Muslim entertainment, the pop culture. And honestly, we are noticing that there are more people who are starting to make this kind of music, this halal hip-hop, who are, you know, like, alhamdulillah, we've inspired a lot of people to begin doing this kind of stuff, and we encourage it. And, you know, as long as, you know, they have sincere intentions and their intentions are to do good and to make a positive change within the community, then yeah, man, we hope this thing gets as big as it possibly can.
And I think it's actually amazing, especially for the youth today, like high school kids, if you're like 13, 14, 15, 16, like that age. Like, when I was 15, when I first took my shahada, I didn't have that online figure. Like, I can't go on YouTube and just like entertain myself with like something Islamic. I had to like watch like Bilal Phillips and Hamza Yusuf lectures, you know what I mean? Like, there isn't no like Muslim like entertainment that I could relate to. So I just wonder how amazing it must feel for the youth today to like just watch these Muslim figures and like be inspired and stuff like that. So I definitely feel like this pop culture of Muslims and this entertainment, I think it's amazing, like especially with the hijab and tutorials. And
you guys partnered with CoverGirl,
you know,
like all those. I was like, I know so many of those girls.
Yeah.
Like,
oh,
those,
do you? Yeah, exactly.
Well, not personally, but like I recognize a lot of the faces.
Right, and so like for like our young female fans who actually watch these sisters, it's just amazing to see brothers and sisters just collaborating with each other. I think collaboration is
so important.
Is everything. Like the world cannot advance without collaboration.
For all my sisters around the world, man.
Yeah. She be rockin' that, 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 she be rockin' that hijab.